Good morning, everyone. I'm Dewey, and my Tech Talk topic for today is cars and pickups in 2022. Much ado about technology. It's a wonderful time for technology and technologists. That's techies like me and the millions of people who embrace technology and how it's changing our world. I'll focus today on the huge impact of technology on 2022 model cars and pickup trucks, and especially on the growing number of electric vehicle models. But first, Qualcomm is a mammoth American company that's been making the bulk of processors in mobile phones in the world today. While some say they may be losing their grip on the Android phone market, RCRWireless.com reports that they're now very busy building connected automotive intelligence with 5G. In a keynote speech last week, Qualcomm CEO Cristiano Amon focused on how the automotive world is getting not only faster and smarter, but also more connected using 5G wireless technology, which of course brings both speed and low latency to the mix. Amon drew attention to improvements in self-driving cars and automated driving, and changes like how regulators are increasingly requiring new and advanced technology to improve safety, fuel efficiency, and automation. It's hard to believe, but 2022 also marks the 25th anniversary of the Toyota Prius. I think it was America's first electric vehicle. And it's also the 132nd anniversary of the first ever battery-powered buggy in North America. Wonder if you knew that. Now, the Baker Motor Vehicle Company of Cleveland built hundreds, maybe thousands of EVs from 1899 to 2014. In fact, even Thomas Edison and the White House owned Baker EVs. Pictured is a 1909 Baker Suburban runabout electric vehicle. Since I'm on a historical jag, it would be remiss of me to not mention EVs in Europe. Around 1832, think of that, a fellow named Robert Anderson developed the first ever crude electric vehicle, but it wasn't until about the 1870s, 1880s that electric cars became practical. Picture here is an EV built by an English inventor in 1884. It looks pretty sophisticated for that time. Getting back to the future, CNET.com recently carried an excellent report on the all-new 2022 Ford Maverick, a pickup truck in blue oval stable. Although the Maverick is nearly 200 inches long, it's classed as a compact. It's roughly the size of a Toyota Highlander. A hybrid powertrain is standard, making it Ford's first pickup with gas electric power, as well as the cheapest full hybrid by a country mile. Combined with its 94 kilowatt electric assist motor, its 2.5 liter gas engine promises 40 miles per gallon in the city. That's outstanding for a vehicle of that size. Recently, CarAndDriver.com detailed GMC's 2022 Sierra 1500 pickup truck lineup. Last year's 4.3 V6 has been replaced by a powerful 2.7 Turbo 4 engine. Other options are a 420 horsepower V8, as well as a Duramax 3.0 liter diesel. As for technical innovation, the 2022 Sierra pickup has a 12.3-inch digital instrument panel. Wow, think of that. And a 13.4-inch center touchscreen. That's getting to Tesla territory. The gauge cluster is highly configurable, and the updated infotainment system features Google Maps and Voice Assistant, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. A recent article in ReviewGeek.com told of GM's plan to take on Tesla with a new $30,000 electric crossover. Although not available until later in 2022, the new Chevy Equinox EV will compete directly with the Tesla Model 3, which sells for $10,000 to $14,000 US more. Whoops, dropped to zero. GM CEO Mary Barra spoke recently on the importance of technology at GM, saying GM's vision is one of a world with zero crashes, zero emissions, and zero congestion. We're ahead of much of the competition in electrification, software-enabled services, and autonomy, autonomous vehicles, obviously. 2 days ago, ReviewGeek.com reported Toyota's announcement of its first real EV, the Toyota BZ4X. Wow, that's a tongue twister. The BZ part refers to Toyota's new Beyond Zero sub-brand designation for EVs. This is really news. Whoops. It's Toyota's first all EV in years, and it's packed with technology. The BZ4X is similar in size to a Toyota RAV4, and its range is modestly increased by optional solar panels on the roof. It'll feature several drive modes, 2 large displays, and a DC fast charging system that'll charge batteries to 80% in 30 minutes. Outstanding. Time constraints preclude my covering more of the technology-laden 2022 models. However, I do want to tell you about a very exciting new pickup truck EV that most likely you've never even heard of, the Rivian R1t. I'll share some high points with you about the Rivian R1t in upcoming screens. But for your information, my sources include carandriver.com, theatlantic.com, and reviewgeek.com. Rivian is a 12-year-old American company located in Normal, Illinois. There's a story behind the naming of that town. I'll tell you about it sometime. It already has orders for more than 50,000 of its pickup truck EVs, but have just manufactured the first 56 units 5 weeks ago. Ford owns a large share of the company. Amazon owns 5% and has 100,000, get that, 100,000 Rivian package delivery electric vehicles on order. Rivian expects production to ramp up as soon and will feature a launch edition starting at $74,145. They'll later offer a more affordable Explore trim level and eventually plan to build a 7-passenger SUV called the R1S. The launch edition has an array of driver assistance features as well as infotainment and connectivity technologies. However, the LE doesn't yet include Apple AirPlay or Android Auto. We're going to have to get going on that. All Rivian EVs have an electric motor at each wheel, which allows what Rivian calls a tank turn. This feature allows the truck to literally spin on its axles. That would be a sight. Rivians will be sold directly to consumers at first, but plans to later set up a network of service centers and Tesla-like stores. GM's new Ultra Cruise, that's cruise control, promises hands-free driving for nearly every paved road. ReviewGeek.com reported recently. GM stated that it was temporarily abandoning, just temporarily, its Super Cruise self-driving feature for an improved next-generation version dubbed Ultra Cruise. The new system will use radar, camera, and LiDAR sensors to control acceleration, steering, and braking. Ultra Cruise will debut in 2023 on certain luxury models. I understand the Cadillac Lyriq EV will be one, and be capable of allowing level 2 hands-free driving on more than 2 million miles of paved roads in, quote, 95% of scenarios across the US and Canada, close quote. By the way, level 2 means that there must be a driver actively engaged behind the steering wheel. Doesn't have to be driving, but have to be actively engaged in what's going on. Last Monday, TheGuardian.com featured an article relating that Tesla broke $1 trillion US in valuation after Hertz placed an order for 100,000 Teslas to be delivered by late 2022. This announcement came on the heels of a record quarter for Tesla, in which its Model 3 became the best-selling car across Europe in September. It also added to Elon Musk's net worth, already over $252 billion. I guess that's pretty much, huh? Aside from this Hertz order being extraordinary news for we Americans and Canadians, TheGuardian.com went on to say that it represents another milestone in the European car industry as it prepares for the end of gasoline and diesel sales within 10 years in some markets, some European markets. Also included is a 2035 ban on all internal combustion engines in the UK, where Tesla's Model 3 is already the most popular electric vehicle. My thoughts on the subject: Americans and Canadians will be able to decide their future at the ballot box in upcoming elections. Well, that's my Tech Talk story for today, and I am sticking with it. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and the good Lord willing, we'll see you next week.